About to get rage baited. I can feel it. Okay, what?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So why do you give, okay, let me just hear your argument through. Why do you give like zero credence to them have like any value at all? Like any of the painted people?
They have value as fake entertaining people, like people in a movie would, but they're not real.
Okay, but for them, they're real. Like, you have to think, like, the people who... Okay, wait. The people who created them are, like, godlike figures, no?
Okay. Are we gods?
So no, I'm not saying that...
If God created us, we're not God, right? We're probably something lesser than that, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, that's true, but do you think, like, you think if the hypothetical God is real, he'd be chill with just out of all of us to save his fellow God siblings?
I mean... I would imagine so, if they're all gods and we're just like little playthings to them. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess... Okay, but are you just kind of like memeing or just going a little bit hard now? Or would you give like any value? Or are you just like saying that you value one way more than the other?
They're on a different category of things. A million fake people don't rise to the level of one real person. No.
It just depends on what you're saying is fake or not. If
fake as in they're fake. They're not real. They're created.
All right, motherfucker. You value human consciousness so much in your little abortion debates, okay? And I agree with you. But you won't give that any like credence here. It's the same consciousness. It's just like, I guess, an alternate or...
It's the same consciousness? How? They're not real people. They're paintings. They're drawings.
Their entire lives is real people, just as like normal people have they not?
Is Harry Potter real?
Motherfucker, if the okay, in the alternate world,
is Harry Potter real?
When J.K. Rowling is a god who created them, maybe I would give them some value, yes.
If J.K. Rowling were to write in her last book and then all the characters were genocided, is that evil?
if she actually fucking did it, yes, maybe a bit.
Really? Oh, now who's memeing? Oh, now I'm the one memeing. Really?
No, if they were real and she fucking genocided, or if they had like at least to them they were all real. This is a different reality. Like,
wait. To them, they are real, though, aren't they? The people in Harry Potter world probably think they're real. No.
If we're making this equivalent, then yes. Then I would defend that. Yes.
What do you mean making the equivalent? Harry Potter is a real story. It's a story, but it's a real book that's been written by J.K. Rowling with a world of characters created by her. Right? She could genocide them all if she wants to, but they're not real.
You're bad faithing me right now. Stop it. J.K. Rowling is not the godlike figure that the painters are. Okay.
How not?
What are you? How am I supposed? Are you serious?
What's the difference?
That the people in Harry Potter do not exist anywhere outside of the writing.
Yeah, and these people don't exist anywhere outside of the canvas. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but they have their own independent thoughts. The people in
bullshit. They're painted to think that way. They're literally creations by the painters themselves.
Then why did they attack Aline? Her own creations went to attack her and fucking nuked her out her own painting? How does that work?
Which creations? You mean the ones that were being painted by her dad that were there to literally try to bully her out of the canvas? Or Clea, who were trying to bully her out of the canvas?
Wait, I just think if you got me or not for a second.
Yeah, you guys thought I wasn't paying attention. I did.
Wait, no, but no. Even the original... Wait, who created Verso? Oh, yeah, the fake Verso was created by Aline, and he had to have, like, the moral dilemma at the end to do that. Like, he was making his own decisions. It's not like she just...
Yeah, but he was conflicted the whole time. But also, Renoir was talking to him the whole time as well. Remember, every time Renoir shows up, the right keeps saying, like, you know you're making the wrong choice.
Wait, but no, Mael got painted over by Aline's chroma. I remember that line. Like, or Mael did.
What?
Like, she wasn't made by Renoir. When Mael, like, her real self jumped into the painting or whatever, she got, like, controlled by, I literally think they said, like, quote, by Aline's chromas, like, taking over you.
She didn't get controlled. She just got, like, redrawn and had to live a whole 16-year-old life.
Yeah, she got redrawn, but it was about Mael's chroma, or it was with Aline's chroma, the mom's chroma, so it wasn't made by Renoir, so it wasn't like Renoir programmed her to go fuck up the mom.
I never said Renoir was programming her to fuck up the mom. What are you talking about?
Well, then I'm saying that they are independent from, like, the mom, because you were just trying to make the argument that, like...
Who's in? Well, of course, Mael is independent. She's literally an independent spirit soul that's like now in the canvas. She's a real life person, right?
Okay, true. Did make this? Tell me if I'm right here. Are all the other people like Lune and all of them? Who are they painted by? Aren't they also painted by Aline though?
They're painted by like Verso and fucking like
the original Verso though, right?
Yeah, and Alicia or whatever, right?
Okay, but then those people didn't have like the...
Oh, maybe Clea. Clea might have, because...
Okay, but they didn't all have the mission to fuck up Aline or get her or kick her out the painting like OG Verso didn't. So
Who
I feel like
cares?
I feel
What
like
does it matter?
fuck you, whatever. Your argument sucks.
They're fake, bro. It's a painting.
I don't even disagree with you hard. I feel like it's I kind of understand the other ending, or if you value any of the people in the family, obviously
You value them as paintings, but they can be
I just think there's an argument to be had. Okay, I just think they have there's an argument to be had. That's all I'm saying.
What is the argument? Tell me the best faith version of your argument.
I'm not. I just
no. Tell me.
I think it's played out by the story, and I think there's at least some references to it in it, that they're just fucking independent, conscious beings that weren't just programmed to do shit. And I feel like there's some value to that especially if you value human consciousness.
So doesn't that mean that every single person in the real world, all the painters in the real world, should just paint the best fucking canvas they can and then just go live in that until they die?
No, I just think that the people.
Wait, why not?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Why shouldn't they just paint the best canvas and go die in it?
Because for them, their real life is outside of it.
No, but they can make a whole fake world of awesome shit, no?
Yeah, but I guess they're saying, at least from what they show with like Aline, like she's fucking her whole life up, like she's like gagging and dying while she's doing it. But they don't have to stay in the paintings for them to stay there. You just don't have to delete them. I'd say Aline's the one who fucked up by getting so like psychopathically involved where she can't leave the canvas, so that's why they want to destroy it.
So she should leave the canvas.
Yeah, she should get the fuck out of there. I just don't think they should fucking nuke it, because if they nuke it,
they have to nuke it, because otherwise she won't leave. She's addicted. It's fucking heroin.
I understand that. That's when you just have to decide if you give any value to them or not. And I'm not gonna read it.
Oh, so then anybody in the real world should just make the best painting ever. I should paint a canvas with 5 million BPD girls that are all part of my BPD harem. And then once I've made them, and you're like, Destiny, you got to come back to the real world. We need you to do politics again. I'd be like, sorry, what? They don't have moral consideration now? What if it was 50 million BPD girls?
Well, you don't have to kill them. You can just leave your canvas.
I can't. I wouldn't be able to.
Okay, I believe you. You win.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry.
Verso was correct.
Yeah, fuck you.
Does food shops not have perms?
Dude, okay, listen. First of all, I'm banned from your stupid gay little Discord server, okay? All right. Also, second of all, you're wrong. Yeah, okay. Listen. Okay. What? Why? Walk. Dude, okay. The game literally spends the entire time, like, detailing out the different relationships and all the different bonds that Verso develops with the others, right? And it also details, like the love that Gustav had with Mael. Why the fuck did the game do that if in the end the conclusion you came to was that they are not sentient or not worthy of moral consideration?
Because they're fake. Because it's all in a painting.
Okay, why? Why?
What?
Why?
Why is it? I don't know, because they decided to paint them because they were.
Okay, is a child not worthy of moral consideration because the mom technically created the child?
The child is not a creation of fiction. The child is a real human being.
That's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying.
So they birthed the canvas? How are they real?
Of the goddess. Bro, how could you even call yourself a Final Fantasy fan if you haven't even played through at the end of every single Final Fantasy game, you fight a god? The god constantly tries to purge humanity because humanity is not worthy of moral consideration to the god. How could you play so many Final Fantasy games but not get that fundamental like moral message?
How does that have anything? Yeah, but
sense.
You are the humanity that is fighting against that. Like if you were playing from the perspective, I guess, of the characters and you disagreed, but that's also like the thing there is that there's a perspective to disagree on. Right? Like, is humanity worth living or not is a thing that you can have a disagreement on. In this, there is no disagreement. The painting is fake. It is a painting, definitionally.
Oh my god. That's like saying the Earth is fake accordingly to the Big Bang from the perspective of the god that created the Big Bang.
It might be from the perspective of some greater god, but we don't know that, and we can't say that.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So then, hypothetically speaking, you're saying that if God shows up tomorrow and says, "Oh yeah, everyone is literally fake and whatever the fuck," are you saying that all the bonds that you have made throughout your entire life has been fake? Like, if you discovered that tomorrow, that the world was an entire simulation.
I don't think I can make. I don't think I can have that consideration. I don't think I can do that. You're asking me to.
You cannot. You literally cannot.
I can't do that because you're asking me to imagine if something is more real than me. No, we can't even perceive our entire selves like accurately because we're subjective beings.
That's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking.
No, you are asking me to perceive.
You have the perspective.
Yes.
Okay.
If I can perceive something is more real than myself, no, that's impossible for me. If this game was told from the perspective of like Verso or Gustav or whatever, then maybe, arguably, although it's harder for them because there are parts of Verso, I guess, that were real. But no, I can't perceive something more real than myself. But if I knew that there was something 100%, actually, hold on. No, actually, I would.
Right.
I would. If it came to me that my sister came to me and we went through the same adventure, and then I were to find out actually I died to some crazy alt-righter that assassinated me.
Real? Hold on. You said more real. What does more real mean to you? I'm just curious.
Like exists in reality and I'm a fictitious creation in somebody else's mind. Like everybody in the canvas is.
Okay. But fictitious, what does that mean? Does that mean that they are still able to think?
Fictitious? I don't know if they can think or not, but fictitious isn't created by somebody else.
Do they have rationale? Like now, are they able to logic and reason their way through puzzles, or have emotions or form?
A computer can logic and reason its way through puzzles better than a lot of humans can. I don't think Deep Blue or whatever is human.
Yeah, but I'm talking about on the same level as you or me, right? Does that make sense? Like, what fundamentally makes these paintings, like these painted humans, any different from you or me?
Ontology. They're painted humans. They're paintings. They're metaphysically a different thing. They're not...
but the origin, but the origin, is different from what the end state is, right?
I don't think you can become human. I think you just are or you aren't. These paintings will never become real. They can't leave the canvas. Can they? If they could leave the canvas, then maybe.
Yeah, okay, but from their perspective, it's the painted world that's real to them, right?
Sure, from their perspective, yes.
They have the capacity to actually reason through things and love and stuff. They have literally a Ling literally painted them out to be identical to a human being, literally. How could you argue that they're not worthy of?
From their perspective, yes, that is a thing that you can consider. From their perspective. But we're not considering it from their perspective. We have more information than that. Their perspective is not real. In the same way that Harry Potter's perspective of himself can be whatever J.K. Rowling writes it out to be.
You consider a pig to be less you consider a pig to have less moral consideration, right?
Sure.
A human being, right? Okay, yes. Okay, we agree on that. But if a pig perceives a rock to be a rock, does that mean that perception is less real than we perceive the same rock to be a rock?
I have no idea. I don't know if I can even parse that question.
The answer is yes, okay? Just like how a pig looks at a rock and goes oh my god, this is a rock. And you as a human look at a rock and you're like, oh my god, this is a rock, right? Even though a being of less moral consideration is perceiving the same item, you're perceiving the item as that same fucking item, right? The rock doesn't magically turn into a tree, right? Just because it's being perceived by a pig, right? Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, all right. You're just you're smarter than this.
What? No, what do you mean? No, you're gonna have to explain. I'm sorry. All of chat's gonna be throwing up question marks because nobody knows what the fuck you just said.
Bro, you're smarter than this.
Nobody has any idea what the fuck you just said. You have to do that one more time.
Is water perceived in the same way by a pig the way that it is by a human, even though a pig is worthy of less moral consideration?
I don't know, but we're not talking about a third party being perceived by the painted ones and by the real life people. We're talking about the painted ones themselves. A pig and a human might perceive a rock as being the same thing, but that doesn't mean that the pig becomes a human.
We're not even there yet. All I'm trying to establish, hold on, this is just a simple yes or no question, okay? All I'm trying to establish is, can something be perceived in the same way even though it's by a being of less moral consideration? This is a yes or no question. I need you to answer this.
Maybe? I don't know. That's a really difficult question.
The answer is yes, oh my god. Bro, this is step one. How are you this bad? Bro, dude.
Okay,
It's
I'll
water.
hesitantly
It's
answer
drinking water.
yes,
What,
but you
you're
have
gonna
no
tell me
concept.
cinnamon mesh,
You
you're
don't
gonna
even
call
know if they
agua?
concept.
You're gonna call
Okay.
it agua? Is that what you're gonna say?
No, you have
Yeah,
no
go
idea
ahead.
how they conceptualize things. I don't know. Like, does a dog conceptualize time and space the way we do? When they enter an elevator, do they conceive of it going like up and down, or do they just think that like it's a portal that teleports them to another place on the
I'm
map?
not talking about an elevator right now. I'm talking about water.
Sure, but I don't know how they perceive.
water
They might
is?
just perceive
Can
water
you
as a thing that
tell
when they
me what
slurp it,
water
it makes them
is?
feel better. I actually don't know the answer to the question, but we can say for sake of your argument, sure, they can say it. Maybe they can. Sure.
Okay, so if a pig feels thirsty and it slurps water, it makes them feel better, and we feel thirsty and we slurp water and it makes us feel better, is that perception not at least so similar as to which the differences are so obstinate or like so vague or like doesn't matter to the point where we do perceive water as being water and we can both drink it?
Sure. For the sake of this argument, I can say yes, I guess.
Okay, all right. So, could you say that even if we are able to perceive that, can you say that maybe there's a hypothetical world where me and you can perceive love in the same way that, you know, a very sentient AI could like perceive love if they have the same exact
You're not
human
perceiving it though,
circuitry?
you're conceiving it. This is not an external thing that is being observed, it's a thing that's being generated from within you.
Generated within. Okay, explain that. What do you mean by that?
Love is not like a thing that you observe, like independent of yourself. It's a feeling that you generate.
It's a feeling that you generate, but hypothetically, if you were to like copy and paste a human, right? And this copy and pasted human is called human copy paste. That human copy paste with the same exact biological circuitry, could they still not experience love in the same way? Yes or no?
I imagine if it was the exact same, then they would, sure.
The capacity for it. Yeah, the capacity for it. Okay. All right, if that is true, and let's just say the painted humans are exactly what I just described, the human copy pastes, could they simply also not experience the same love as well?
Yeah, I guess they could.
Okay, all right, I'm so glad, thank you. Okay, if it's true that the painted humans can experience love, is it not too unreasonable as to say the painted humans can also experience similar ways of reasoning out things and similar ways of thinking, or at least it's like indiscernible from a human in the outside world, the Sandre family?
Yeah, probably.
So therefore, are they not worthy of the same moral consideration?
No.
Okay, you're stupid. You're just so. Oh my god, you're so bad, Faith. On God, okay?
On
How
God.
I led you down the path. And you see it in front of you, but like you refuse to follow. I can't. Nah, this is crazy. That's crazy, dude. On God.
Wow,
What?
you guys have too much.
What? Dude,
you guys are way too
you are bad,
solipsistic.
Faith. Like,
No,
dude,
you're just
you are
solipsistic.
so stupid.
There's nothing
You're so
in your mind. A
stupid.
human
On
can
God.
be
Bro.
like, I guess.
Bro, it's such an easy thing. The game literally spends the entire time.
Okay, wait. So then wait. Okay, wait. So then I just want to make sure that you. Okay, sure. You should bite the bullet on this then, right? So if you had to choose between killing 2 people in the painted world versus saving 1 human in the real world, you should choose the 2 painted people, right?
Like 2 versus 1? Dude, of course I'm gonna save the 2 people. Yeah, of course. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Fuck that motherfucker in the real world. Are you kidding?
Okay,
Dude,
there you
I
are.
would
There it is.
Rape and kill the entire Desandre family if it means saving the painted world and all of its fucking inhabitants and restoring Lumiere. Okay? I would restore
That's
Lumiere
cool. I'm glad.
10 times over.
I'm glad we could hear it.
force Verso to play on that piano.
Good.
I'm gonna force Verso to play on the piano and force Mael to become corrupted if it means saving Lumiere and all of its sentient inhabitants. It's not even a question. Are you actually fucking out of your mind?
Okay, that's good. I'm glad.
Wait, have you not played a single Final Fantasy game?
I don't
A
know why
single
you think
Final
Final Fantasy has
game that
anything to do
details
with this.
out
Final
why
Fantasy
it's
has nothing to do. I don't know
Because
what the.
it always ends up with fighting God. It always ends
Yes,
up
I
with
know there
fighting
was like
some
epic
god.
YouTube video
Okay,
with fighting
alright.
God, and I know that
Why do
everybody
you
loves
think
that
it's like
fucking
that?
YouTube video, but it doesn't play into
I
any
don't
of
know
this
what
here.
you're
It has
talking about.
nothing to do
I
with
literally
this.
don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, nice, good one. Yes, nice, good one. Yes. Keep going. Yes, YouTube video, epic YouTube video. Yep. Yeah, what YouTube video was it? What YouTube video did you say I watched? Which
The one that is about like I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I saw the title of it, and everybody was fucking pushing on like Reddit, where it was like fighting everybody and fighting God.
Okay, great. So you're just
Spoiler
projecting.
alert: every
Okay, 'cause that was a
JRPG
video-
ends with you
'cause that was a
fighting
video-
God, because
that
the
was a
stakes
video
are
you
always
watched.
like the
No,
super
'cause
the
that was a
fucking
video you
highest.
watched, and you're projecting down to me. Okay.
What?
That was a video you watched, okay, probably in your free time because you're bored and you have nothing to do, okay, you have no friends left. But that's something you're projecting onto me.
Okay.
You see that?
Well, you're just fully solipsistic.
Yeah.
That's fine. Human life has no value to you.
What? What? Where is this coming from? What do you mean human life has no value to what?
I said human life has no value. You can just paint infinite
Oh, I thought
numbers
you said
of people.
Human life. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, go ahead. Human life? Well, but the painted human are like the exact same as the real humans. That's the entire point. You agree with me. You literally agree with me. How could you say this?
But they're not the exact same because they're in a painting. They can't go to the real world. If you wanted to draw one distinction, you could just say that's the difference, is that the real people can go in and out of the paintings and the painted people can never leave the painting. Why not?
Is an identical twin?
Wait a second. Did I just ask a
Less-
question and not get an
Hold
answer?
on, let
Anybody
me-
have any idea what just happened there?
Okay. Ask your question.
Why is it that
ask it,
the
and
real
then so we can get
person
onto
can
my
go
head.
in and out of the painting, but a painted person can't leave the painting? What's the difference there?
Yeah, but that's not how you define it. Okay.
No, I'm just asking a question. What's the
thing
difference?
Is that's an irrelevant. That's an irrelevant.
That's irrelevant?
Question.
It's irrelevant
That's
they
an
can't
irrelevant
fucking
question,
leave the
okay?
painting?
The difference. No, the difference is that the Desandre family, yes, they're God, okay? But that doesn't mean that they are worthy of, like, who are you to determine that they're worthy of more moral consideration than the humans?
Well, the fact that they can leave the
That's
painting
ridiculous. They
and the
experience
other people
same thing.
can't.
That's so
Really?
what?
The
So what?
exact
That's their
same?
world, okay? What if there was an outside world? What if there was an outside Desandre family?
You're
What if the
asking
Desandre
me.
family painted
You're doing the
Desandres?
thing where you're
What if
asking me
the
to
Desandres
imagine
are,
a
like,
place
painted
that's more
Desandres?
real than
You
real.
realize we can
I
go
can't
into-
imagine
we
something
can
more real
literally
than
go
real. I
into
can't
the
do
movie.
that.
But I can. I'm
You
asking you a
can?
hypothetical. Okay, dude.
If
All right, you
hypothetically,
know
I
you
already
lost.
answered. I already answered your
All right.
hypothetical. If my sister
it
walked in the
identical
room,
twin? Is it
oh, so
identical
I can't
twin?
answer the question because you know that you
Is it
completely
identical
owned on
twin?
that point.
Is it identical twin?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right,
Switch to the next thing. So you're on to the point.
identical twin.
If my sister
Yeah.
walked in and said, "Steven, you and I, you died a long time ago, and I made this painting, and mom and dad are trying," I would probably say, "I need to kill myself because you need to go back to the real world." That's what I would do.
What? You would kill? Okay, all right. I mean, if you say that, then fine. It is what it is. You bite the bullet. That's.
I'm already dead.
But I would
And
never.
now my
I would
sister
not,
is gonna
if
die
I-
too?
If I discovered that I was already dead, okay, and I was just a ghost, and I was just living my previous self, and apparently I was keeping like one of my siblings from returning back to the real world. Dude, fuck that motherfucker. What the fuck, dude? Of course I'm gonna keep living as a ghost. Okay, fuck you. All right, I'm enjoying my life. Okay, and from my perception is more valuable than that random ass motherfucker third-party perception. Okay, I'm sorry that you painted me, I guess.
Jesus, wow.
What
That's quite the nihilistic view of the world.
The entire town of Lumiere, bro. That's like a bunch of sentient life. That's a lot of people you're killing for the Desandre family. That's like for one motherfucker. We're not even talking about like one for one.
Wait,
By the way,
sentient
you're
is in like they can
example
make
for one,
choices
okay?
and stuff?
We're talking about an entire town of Lumiere. It's the entire town of Lumiere versus one pathetic, selfish, like fucking.
The millions of citizens of Hogwarts.
Pathetic Desandre.
All of those magicians, all of those wizards and
Wait, where's
witches.
this Hogwarts thing coming from?
All the people in the world of Hogwarts that J.K. Rowling wrote about. So many of them.
Wait.
What?
Okay, I'm not using that analogy. That analogy is stupid.
Why? It maps on 1-to-1. You just don't like it because it crushes your argument.
How does it map on 1-to-1? Obviously, if J.K. Rowling creates and if she was a writer, I get it because she's a writer from that universe. But like, if she was a writer and she writes like things into existence, right? And they're written into existence and they have sentient thought, as in they can converse with us and fall in love with us and we can have sex with them, right? And we can form romantic relationships with them, right? Is that not in any way like
If you really want to get a doll, you could make the sickest fucking Harry Potter thing.
But that's literally the entire AI debate, right? Like, where do we draw the line at like sentient, like fucking emergence, like the emergence of like sentient traits and reasoning and stuff like that? This is a complicated question.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Right? But the thing
complicated,
is-
but the answer
but the
can't
thing is-
be. Yeah,
No, no,
I
no.
understand.
But the
Yes,
thing is-
tell
but
us
the
it's
thing
all
is that-
conscious. Yeah.
but the thing is that you don't have to answer that question because the game gives it to you. You don't have to answer that question because the game literally says, "Oh, the painted humans are like exactly the same as the humans."
They're not exactly the
Like, in
same. They
terms of
can't leave the
everything,
painting. They're
except
not
for-
real. They're not real.
Yeah, but that's not how we define shit. That's literally not how it's like we don't go like.
Oh,
we don't
so
go
in the
like,
game,
well,
when
this
the
sentient
tear is
fucking
being
AI.
forced from her at the end, and Renoir is like crying as he's forced to
Oh, my
dance like a
God.
monkey at the
Come,
piano.
come.
Oh, true.
Yes.
That's
Oh my God, I'm
true.
Oh, okay.
True.
Okay,
They
yeah.
have so much free will, right? The same as humans.
would
So
you-
much
would-
free
hold on,
will
hold
when a
on,
totally
quick
fake
question,
world
quick
is being
question. Have you ever
created around them to
watched-
force all of them to be happy. So much free will when her husband is brought back to life, right? So much
Have
free
you ever
will.
watched iRobot? Have you ever watched iRobot, Will Smith?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that the robots are at least worthy of some degree of moral consideration?
Yeah, because they're in the real world, not the painted world.
I'm not. Do you get? I'm not.
So the difference is the environment. So remember that episode of Rick and Morty where there's like a simulated universe inside another simulated universe?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that a sentient life in the Rick and Morty simulated universe is less valuable than someone living in the outside universe?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if you bite that bullet, I just don't know how I can argue past that because that's ridiculous.
Considering
That's,
that you're biting the
silly.
bullet of
It's a
like
retarded
two
position.
painted
It's
people
an
are worth
actual
more
retarded
than
position.
one real life human.
I know you're
That's
trying to get at.
based.
Listen, you
Based,
probably
based,
feel
based,
so cool right
based.
now. You probably feel so
I know.
cool right now.
And you're like, yeah,
it's
I would
it's like
totally
when you're wearing that
sacrifice
$3,000
500
suit.
real
You're
life
wearing-
humans to
you're wearing
save
that $3,000
501
suit.
painted
Bro,
humans.
You're like, oh my god, it's so cool. I'm so fucking cool. I'm so Giga Chad and badass. Oh my god, I don't make any facial expressions because that's how cool I am. I'm Destiny. See, I'm Stephen Bennell II. I don't have any emotions, and I don't go to therapy. So therefore, I get to say ridiculous things like this to Giga Chad my way through everything. Yeah, keep telling me more.
Holy projection.
See, I just finished.
What do you
my
mean,
specific
holy
thing.
projection?
How
I go to
about
therapy. Do you?
Yeah,
That's what
but
I
you just
thought.
projected.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
do.
That's what
Oh,
I
I don't need to because I'll sacrifice 500
yeah.
painted therapists
armchair
to save
psychology
my
me. Yeah,
one
armchair psychology.
real
Yeah,
life.
armchair psychology. Yeah, that's right. Armchair psychology me. Yeah, that's right. Armchair psychology me.
If J.K.
Loser.
Rowling came up to you and she was like, "You can either murder one human being, or in the 8th Harry Potter book, I'm going to
J.K. Rowling
genocide.
is
I'm going to
writing
genocide
things
the
into
whole."
sentience. J.K. Rowling is.
So this
not
is just a matter
writing
of sentience to you, then? It is just a matter of sentience. There's no difference between a
That's
human
literally
being
the
and
entire-
a
No,
sufficiently
that's literally
sentient.
the entire debate. I led you down the golden path, but you are led astray. Okay.
You're not. That's
You
not what
see
the.
news
That's
and
not what
you
the.
wrap your-
That's not the focus of this game. The focus of this game is not does AI sufficiently match the complexities of human beings. Therefore, does it get some moral consideration? The game is the theme of the game is whether or not you can infinitely hide from your grief and the miserable of your real existence in some fictitious world that makes you feel fake happy. And is there a difference between fake happiness versus real misery?
Yeah. The game is about the cycle of grief. Yeah, of course. But it's also like a game about how the Desandres are selfish motherfuckers, right?
No.
Because they play with sentient life. Okay. They play with sentient lives in order to satisfy their own means. Like even Mayel trying to achieve her own ending is selfish in a way because she's not doing it out of like care and respect for sentient life. She's doing it for her own happiness, right? For her own copium. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's the critique of Mayel. That's the valid critique of Mayel. But regardless, is it
Wait,
not
no,
good
hold on.
that
The valid
entire
critique of
veneer
Mayel is not that
too
she's
much?
torturing the painted fucking people. The valid critique is that she's torturing her real life family that's now going to have to abandon her to death.
You fuck her real life family, dude.
Oh my
her
God.
Real life, I'm sorry. Dude, the real life family in their pursuance of the cycle of grief, because each of the family members represent like a different stage of grief, okay? If you haven't noticed, because you're like blind. Since every single family, they represent different stages of grief, but other sentient beings shouldn't be responsible to carry that burden for them. That's ridiculous. That's the entire point. That's what Verso even believes. That's literally what Verso even believes. But he doesn't care about that either. He's like, oh yeah, we should not be able to suffer. We should not suffer through the cycles of grief of the Desandres, right? Like not even he agrees with you.
Who agrees with me?
Verso. Not even Verso agrees with you.
Verso literally wanted her to end the painting.
Yeah, because he prefers to kill other sentient life. Like he's evil. He's
No, he
literally
wants to.
evil.
That's the take. He wanted to die because he'd already died, and there was a piece of his soul being kept alive forever.
This is so crazy. Hold on. The reason why you picked Verso is because you look like him, okay? And you're beginning to have gray hairs, and that's why you picked him, okay? Listen, Verso, okay? Verso. Why do you take Verso's position so seriously if he's the painted version, if he's not even real, if he's not worthy of moral consideration on the same level of Desandre? Technically, isn't Mayel like a Desandre, and she is like the real actual person?
No,
Why
because
wouldn't
if
you choose
anything,
Mayel then?
because
Mayel is the real actual person. Why would you even pick Verso if Verso was like a fake ass motherfucker?
Because one, Verso is not completely fake. There's a small figment of the real Verso's soul that's still represented there. Number one. Number two, because he's making the sound, true, and correct decision to sacrifice himself. He's not acting in his own self-interest like Mael is. He's acting against his own self-interest because he realizes what is actually right, which is the preservation of real human life. And two, if we're going by what real people are saying, then we would go by what Clea, Renoir, and the mom are doing, and not just what the one Mael is doing.
I have to correct you, okay? So that is not, so even though that's technically like, a small part of Verso's soul, I don't even know if that's true, just mainly because Verso, the actual person, burned alive in the fire, okay? So I don't even know how the fuck he's supposed to impart a part of his soul inside of that painting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my bad. You just didn't pay attention to any of the game, my bad. So the reason why this canvas is so important is because it's the only thing left they have that has any part of Verso's soul in it. That's why the mom got obsessed a little bit with it as well, and why she came in and painted everybody too, and then the daughter went in after.
Bro, I would enslave Verso to keep painting if it means saving Lumiere. Yeah, of course. Would you not enslave one black person to save like 5 million white people?
They're all the same people. They're all on the same level. You're talking about saving fake people.
I would enslave that one black person. I would enslave that black person in an instant if it means saving the lives of 5 million people. Okay? That is the difference between you and me. I'm willing to take the right choice. This is the right thing to do.
Uh-huh.
But you can, listen, we can both, you know what we can do? We can both blame Aline for painting the humans in the first place. Because it's like, why do you give birth to a bunch of children that you're unable to care for, right? Why do you give birth to a bunch of children that you don't have the financial means to care for, right? That is the apt analogy, no? Because she created them in the first place, which is why it created this entire predicament in the first place, no?
That's just not what's being considered in this game. That's not what is up for consideration. Is the emergent property of sentience from a fictitious creature. It's whether or not you should.
That's the entire debate. That's the entire.
Yeah,
debate,
but that's you're using an inappropriate vehicle. It would be like debating whether or not like interracial marriages is moral or not, and then using Harry Potter as the medium through which you discuss that. I don't think this game's discussion is necessarily supposed to be centered around.
Back to Harry Potter. I already told you the Harry Potter analogy.
You can make it through anything. I'm just saying that the game's central point is whether or not you should be able to escape grief indefinitely in a fictitious world. And I think you're supposed to consider it from the perspective of Mael. That's why it gives the argument of like...
You keep saying fictitious.
Because it is definitionally fictitious. You can say that the fictitious world has all the same... It is fake. Yes?
It's real. It's a real world.
Okay, you're just retarded. Okay.
They painted a real world.
Do you think that this game is real? Wait. Do you think the game is real? Do you think the game is real? Do you think the game is real? The video game. No, I need you to hear your answers. Do you think the video game is real? Is the video game real? Is the video game real?
No, it's not real.
Okay, thank you. Just making sure.
Which is why I don't care if I shut it down. But they're not actually sentient, right? I don't know.
You don't know that, do you?
The universe. We're talking about in the universe, right? Otherwise, like, what is the point of considering anything? Like, because the Matrix is just a movie.
In the universe, it's also not real. It's a painting.
We don't have to care about whether or not it's a simulation or not. Like, there's no discussion to be had. There's no philosophy to be had for any movie. So
it's a painting, so it's not real. Matrix isn't a good comparison because there's real people in the Matrix.
Right. Hold on. It's a painting, and it's not real. But the thing is that it is real, right? Because it is not a painting.
It's a real painting.
Entire world.
They
call it a painting. They call it a painting to absolve themselves of the guilt that comes with it.
It's not a real world though. It's a painted world.
It's an actual world. It's an actual world though. It's an actual. What? You spend your entire time in it. How could you not say it's an actual world?
Because they can leave it. Because they can just walk out of it. They can just walk out. They can just look at the cameras and they can walk out and they can go to a different thing.
Oh my god.
What's the difference? Why can't the painted people go to the real world?
Because that's the gods' realm. That's heaven.
Oh, so are the
why
gods
would-
are the gods the exact same thing as the other people?
Yeah, but just because we aren't able to reach Valhalla whenever we want to, it doesn't mean that we're any less human, right? Like,
Well,
are
does
you
it?
able to fly up into the clouds right now?
No,
A
but
god
I'm
can
not
fly
aware
up
of
into the
another
clouds.
human-like creature that can fly, and I can't.
Okay, that doesn't matter. Like the awareness does not matter. You realize that, right? Like that is a complete stupid point. That you just
No,
came
the
up
awareness
because
is
you know you're wrong.
the
You know
awareness
you're
is the
wrong.
only thing that matters. Because as far as I'm aware, this is as real as the world gets. There is no realer world.
Wrong.
Whereas in this place,
Wrong. The
they have
awareness
a
does not
they have a
matter. No,
painted
the
world
awareness
and a
does
real
not
world, and they can't go to the real world, can they?
Okay. When you eat a burrito, does the burrito taste any less burrito if God exists tomorrow and tells you that your entire simulation?
No, but the question isn't whether or not I have some
It
experience
still
or
tastes like
sensation.
a burrito.
The
It still
question.
tastes like a
Okay.
burrito. It's a
All right.
burrito. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Do you remember that one scene from The Matrix where the guy says,
No, I think we have it.
I
We
want to
think
forget
we
everything.
have-
I want to forget everything, and ignorance is bliss, right?
The Matrix doesn't. It's not a good
Remember?
comparison because the Matrix
Oh my
literally is
God.
hooked up to real
it's like
people.
it's literally The Matrix.
It's literally not. I'm sorry. Wait. How many real people are in the canvas? Every single person is a real person. Every single person is a real person? Every single person is a real person. Is that true? Every single person in the campus is a real person, like in the Matrix.
They are, yes.
Oh, oh. So why can't they get out like they can in the
What
Matrix?
defines, because what defines what is real or not?
In the
isn't
Matrix, it's the fact that
dependent
they're
on
hooking to a
whether or
real life
not
human
they
being.
have
They're in
a-
a computer
I'm not
program.
letting
They're in
you
a computer
finish
program.
because you know you're wrong.
They're in a
You know
computer
you're wrong. You know
program.
you're wrong.
Computer program. They're not real. That's why they get
Finish.
disconnected.
That's why you're not letting me finish. That's
Okay.
why what is real is not dependent on the definition of them having a physical body in Valhalla, right? Because you and we could literally just be brains in a vat. This is a question that philosophers have tackled, all right? We for all as I know, we could be brains in a vat. And this is an entire simulation for our minds. But that doesn't mean that my PC is any less real, even if I found that out tomorrow. That doesn't mean anything I perceive is any less real. I can eat a bag of M&Ms and it will still taste sweet and saccharine, all right?
It's
Just
not. You
simply
keep
because it
going
has
back to
sugar
your
in it.
own experience.
Okay.
I understand. Okay, but so the question is then, if you had a sibling that showed up and you started to realize the world around you was not real, it was fake. And then the sibling's parent came in, and the parent was like, "I need you to self-delete because like you died a long time ago in an accident. You're a fragment that's left behind by whatever other world, and your sibling is about to die in this computer program. Like, we need to delete this computer program." You would say, "Nope, sorry." From my perspective, because the Skittles still taste good, I think that I'm just gonna watch my sibling die in here with me because this world is just as real as whatever world you're talking about. It's all the same.
You realize by picking Versal's ending, you're technically.
Why is there no
also
answer to that question?
picking to
Wait, is everybody?
execute.
Did the Trump stuff bleed to everybody? Can you not answer that question? You would say yes. You could say yes and then give your next answer.
Sorry,
but you would say,
what's the question again? It was such a stupid question.
didn't even
that
listen to what I
tuned it
asked?
out.
Okay.
What's the question?
You're
What's the question?
alive.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
You're
'Cause it's
alive,
stupid. Yeah,
and your
go.
sibling,
Yeah, go ahead.
your sibling, okay, enters the room, and you start to realize the whole world around you is fake. But your sibling assures you, it's okay, I can make it seem like real, it's fine. And then
Yeah.
your mom or dad or both come in, and then they're like, hey, just so you know, like, you died in a horrible accident a long time ago, and your sibling is just in here because they miss you, and they're going to die if they stay in here in the real world as well. And they say, we need to delete this world. Can you help us with that? You would say, no, actually,
No.
Okay.
Yes, I will say no. Do
Okay.
you know why? Is because I would prefer not to know that because even
No. You don't get to prefer not to know it. You already know it. You know it.
What are you talking about?
You don't get
I
to
said
prefer
no.
not to
I
know
answered
it.
your question.
You don't get to prefer
answered
not to
your
know it. That
question.
defeats the whole hypothetical. You have to know it. You know it's not real.
Okay, then I know it. Then I move on with my life, knowing it.
Okay.
Okay? I being the actual GigaChat Verso, okay? Me being the real Verso, okay? No, sorry. Me being the correct Verso, okay? I would be like, bro, you know what? I understand that you guys are grieving, but you guys fucking suck, and I recognize that everyone in here is real to me, okay? I don't care if there are gods. Fuck the gods. I'm gonna still have my Lumiere, and I'm gonna enjoy my fucking French food, okay? I'm gonna enjoy bagels, donuts, and I don't know, tortilla chips or some shit like that. Whatever the French eat, okay? Snails, all right? I'm gonna eat snails tomorrow, and they're gonna taste every bit as real as it is in the outside world. I'm not even interested in the outside world, because that's not my life, right? That's the entire point of Mayel. That's the entire point of Mayel's story, is that her perspective is, oh, I lived half of my life in Lumiere, right? 16 years of my life in Lumiere, but 16 years out there, so I'm 32. Okay, technically 32. Haha, get it, Expedition 33, they're all 32. But like, the point is that that doesn't make any.
Yes, but
part
she's
of her life
choosing
of
to
Lumiere
live.
fake.
No, it is because she's choosing to live in the fake life. That's the difference. It's not a coin flip. It's not like she thinks both are the same. It's that she's
No,
making the
because-
choice to live in the fake one.
Yeah. So? Like, the thing is that that's not the... That's... You keep saying it's the fake one.
Mhm.
But fake is a very subjective term.
If
is it
fake
not?
is subjective, then everything in life is meaningless. That's why I said it was a nihilistic view of reality. If any fictitious
Oh my
world painted
God,
by a
dude.
person is the same as the real world itself, then the real world has no meaning. Life has no value. Nothing has any underlying value.
The reason I say this, the reason I say this is because the way that you use fake is in a way that discredits my argument from the get-go.
Yeah, because the way that you're using real, you're using
the way
real.
that you ask charged questions, the way that you use, like,
it's all
the way that
charged.
you ask me
Yes,
charged questions is that you put the fake part in it inherently.
Yeah, it's all charged. Yes.
Get me to answer that because you automatically try to assume that, but that's the entire problem, is that we're arguing on whether or not it is fake or real.
Yes,
right?
and you're
It isn't
arguing that there's
you
some
assume
collection of
the
quality.
argument.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're arguing that there's some collection of qualities that can make a thing just as real as another thing. So the argument that you're making is that human life has no fundamental value. It's just a matter of, can we make decisions or have free will, and that's it. And since the things in the painted world can, then any fictitious painted world, all the beings or people in there are going to have the same amount of value as any real life human, because human life has no value. The only thing that has value is some collection of traits or things. Which is, I think, is a nihilistic way of viewing the universe.
But what's real to you is like whether or not they can pass it into the outside world.
Yeah,
That's
whether
so
or not they go into
crazy
reality.
to me.
That's so crazy.
That's
The
so
things
crazy.
that are
You
real are
realize-
things that can go into
you
reality, and things that are fake
Hold
are just
on,
things
hold on,
that can exist in a fake
hold on.
world.
In the
That's so
Matrix-
crazy to me.
In the Matrix analogy, it's not like every single human has the ability to wake up in the real world, right?
Yes, they do.
By definition, in that universe, no, they don't.
They
That's
literally
the
do.
entire movie.
The entire point is that the
No.
people can be woken up. What are you talking about?
Not every no.
If they take the red pill, anybody can wake up.
Bro doesn't
Yeah.
even know the lore. Bro
Oh
doesn't
my
even know
god.
the lore.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you watch? The
Bro.
Animatrix? Is there some fucking comic?
Yeah, I did. Yes. In the Animatrix, not
Yeah.
everyone has the ability or the willpower to wake up in the real world. Sometimes things go wrong and people die. Yes.
Oh, so now it's not that they can't. It's that sometimes things go wrong and people can die.
No, not everyone can wake up in the. This is just okay. This is just a world building fact that you don't. Can you here? Hold on. Let me just Google this for you. Can everybody wake up in the real world in the Matrix? ChatGPT. Okay. All right. No, not everyone can wake up in the real world in the Matrix. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this for you because you're too lazy to search it up yourself. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. Yes, GPT. Okay. Here, there you go. Okay,
And
no, not everyone
everyone-
can wake up in the real world in the Matrix. Okay.
Does
There you
everyone
go.
in the Matrix have the ability to unplug from the Matrix and come
Oh my
back to the
God.
real world? Question
You're
mark.
coping so hard. Yeah. No, I literally sent you the screenshot. What more do you
Okay.
want? Okay.
Only people who are born in the
Alright.
real world or extracted young enough can be unplugged safely.
Okay, so not everyone.
Oh, but that's just
Right?
because their brain can't handle reality or whatever. It's not because they can't. It's just because they're so used to the fake world or whatever.
Yeah, but that still fits your definition of not being able to exit into the real world. Okay, so they're unable
Yeah, but
to
they
handle
started.
reality
But
and
they
fucking
started. But they
die.
started
What?
real. These paintings were never a part of the real world ever. And there's still a real body attached to them. It's just a
Okay,
brain that's
cool,
like
awesome.
mind fucked. True.
Awesome. Is there anything else? Is there anything else?
Dun,
good?
da, 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 da.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Any last words?
Oh, I'm gonna be careful.
I think. All right. I love you. All right.
Bye.
Bye. See ya, buddy.
Be careful. Where do I get these stupid fucking baguettes? After connecting with Sophie during the prologue, find and interact with an interactable in front of the Buddha generator. Spending the token with Gustav selected will unlock the weapon. What? Oh, I bet it's gonna be a bitch with baguettes. Hold on, wait, not this. Hold on. Who's got the bags? The boxes. The tokens you get from the party before the beach, if you saved one, and then New Game Plus, you can spend them at the shop. Oh fuck, is that the... So what, I would have to beat the game a whole other time in order to get all of these by getting 3 tokens? Can you only get all the baguettes like on New Game Plus Plus or whatever?
Oh, Luna's playing. You two would make a cute couple. Sometimes I feel sorry for her.
Who? The paintress?
Look at her. She looks sad.
Oh shit, foreshadowing.
Maybe she's a prisoner too.
Oh my,
In the same cycle with us.
oh my god.
Silly her.
Only you could choose empathy at a moment like this.
That's not even that
One
silly.
of the few choices I can make.
Oh my god, how did she know?
It's okay. You don't have to. Gustav!
Hold on, I just want to kill this fucker. Fuck this guy. Oh fuck, I still have this stupid fucking thing on. Have I not encountered a save point yet?
For those who come after.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna kill this. Get me the fuck out.
Let's leave it alone, Gustav.
Oh my god. I can't believe you guys think there's a debate on this. My audience is just unbelievable. Oh, look at that. 55 out of 55 achievements. How mad? How jelly are you? Also, I can't tell if the game didn't sell that much or if the people are just like uncharacteristically obsessed with this game or what. I feel like when you look at some of these like RPG games, usually the bottom achievements will have like 2% completion or whatever. How does this have 11% at the bottom one here? Maybe these achievements are somewhat easier than most games, or maybe because it was like, was this a full $60 game? Oh, it sold 5 million copies. I wonder what the least popular Factorio achievements are. Jesus. Sold over 5 million copies? Oh. Damn. This stupid fucking game. God damn. Does Arma have achievements? Oh, it does. God damn. Oh, this fucking game. I remember this one. All right. Oh, I'm gonna go to Virginia Tech. Come tomorrow. Have fun. Or in 2 days or whatever. And then I'll be back on the 4th for real for a little bit. Oh, for rating this game, I would give this game. I would give this game 6 or 7.